Welcome to GrumpyMan's Reviews everyone. Today we're looking at my Z Edge T4 touchscreen dual lens dash camera. Get instruction manual, all in English, explaining what's what, and it is in different languages as well. The actual camera, move that to the side for now. Get a micro USB to a full-size USB. You get this plastic tool, that's to tuck the wiring in from your A-pillars to your headlining. That's the rear camera. Charging socket, it's got the 2 ports there. That will of course fit into your cigarette lighter. It's got a shorter USB cable, that's for transferring data over to your computer, saves you from taking the SD card out. You get some plastic clips for cable management. You get an even longer cable, this is 26 foot for the rear camera. You get a suction mount, that would of course mount to the front screen. It's got a lock on and lock off there, so if you see there, that end would fit onto the camera. Then you've got a thank you card and some information if you need to contact them regarding support. You also get a 32GB Toshiba micro SD card. So you insert that into the dashcam and you're good to go. So everything here is to get you up and running. But the dashcam does, however, support up to 128GB micro SD card, which I would recommend you get, because if you're recording both cameras, it records in 1080p, and of course you will be filling the file up quite quickly. However, if you just use the front camera, it records in 2K. Okay, let me open the dash cam now and let's have a closer look at that. So a bit of a closer look at the rear camera. It's got the USB port there, and then the lens there. And it's got a sticky part there for the rear screen. You can angle it around. It's a 155-degree lens. Now the main camera looks like a point and shoot camera. It's got a really nice screen, 4-inch screen. Z Edge branding there. 155-degree lens. At the bottom there, that's the microphone. And on this side, power on off button. But you need to connect the cable to power it on. SD card slot there. At the bottom, it's got some ventilation system. Noise cancelling microphone there. Nothing on that side. On this side, that's where you would connect the rear camera USB port. For that, and that's where you would connect the main USB for the front camera, and then that's where the bracket would go. So you would get this suction mount, put it in, and put that in, tighten it, and there you're good to go. You just angle it wherever you want to, you're ready to record. Okay, so I'm just going to insert the 32GB micro SD card in. It goes in this way. You just put it in, push, nice and secure, cover it up. I've connected both the cameras on using a power bank. Look at that display, it's beautiful. 4-inch touchscreen there. So you can see at the top there, that's the rear camera on the right hand side corner. Let me just pick it up if I move it around. That's the front one. So it's really simple to use. Tap on the screen. That, it's start recording. As you push it, at the top it's even showing you that it's recording. Stop. The key button there, that's to lock emergency recording. Of course it does have a G sensor built in, so if you were to get involved in an accident, it will lock that file and then that file can't get overwritten. Microphone, you could turn it on off. Push this, that takes you through the settings. You got your video resolution, that's 2K 30 frames per second, or you could choose 1920 by 1080 to 60 frames per second, or you can even take it down to 720p at 60 frames per second, so you'll get a smaller file size, or even 30 frames per second. So both cameras are recording in 1080p, but if I were to disconnect the rear camera, the front camera could let me record up to 2K. Another thing you can do is when you go through the settings, you can choose which you want to display, you want the front camera or the rear camera or both, like it's in now picture in picture. But regardless of whatever view you choose, the both cameras will be recording if you've got them both recording. You've got your loop recording, so you could set it from 1 minute, 3 minutes and 5. By default it's on 3 minutes. I'm leaving on 3 minutes, back out. You've got your playback, so you could play back the files, emergency file or normal file, while you're actually on the go. Love that feature, absolutely. I've just recorded that. There you go, and you can delete it from there as well. Back arrow. You could take a picture. Yeah, that's saved the picture to the file now. That moon one there, it'll turn the screen off. And then when you touch this here, you could do front camera, rear camera, as I mentioned before, dual. At the top there, it's got the microphone symbol, date stamp there, time stamp. Push that. You've got 4 modes there. You've got your drive, that's your normal everyday drive, and you've got your scenic mode. That records longer files, they're easier to manage in post-processing. Park, if you leave your car in the parking lot, it'll keep an eye on the car. So if anyone comes near it, it'll start recording. Once they've moved away, it would go off. The screen's just gone off there. WDR, wide dynamic range technology, is better for low light. So if you're driving around at night time, you can leave it on that. I'm just leaving it on drive for now. Let's go into settings. So you've got your date and time, parking mode, frequency, 50 Hertz or 60, even on 60. You've got your date and timestamp, device auto off, so the screen will power off, driver ID. Next, exposure, format SD card. They do recommend when you first insert the SD card, format your G sensor, so you could set the sensitivity levels to low, normal or high. It's on normal at the moment, so if anyone does hit into the car, it will pick it up at that level. Keytone, choose language, logo stamp. So by default it's on the Z edge, or for my friends in the USA it's Z edge. You could turn that off if you want, but I'll leave it on, don't have a problem. Motion detection, you could set that up on or off. Default settings, that screen off, that's the one I clicked before, the moons. You could delay the screen, so the screen will go off after 1 minute, 3 minutes or 5 minutes. At the moment it's on 1 minute. I'm putting it on 3 minutes for now while I'm doing this testing. Really basic to use, straightforward, nothing complicated about it at all. Good build quality, I like the color on it as well. So all that's left to do now is show you some test footage, and then you can decide if it's good or not. This is the internal audio of the Z4 dashcam. We're in August, but it's a dull day here again in the UK. It's raining. I'll be adding the front footage, and then I'll be adding the rear camera footage in as well, separate. Bit of a scenic route here. It's a Sunday today. In my heydays, I'd drive down here with my girlfriend in the car so no one can see you. Golf club there. Feeling my tires flat. On left side. Dash cameras are really useful in situations like this, going around a bend. I've seen cars going flying at you. I'm sure most of you would have experienced that as well. I'm talking, but I don't know how well you'll be able to pick the audio up if it's really good. Okay, so this is the nighttime footage now. That's another thing a dash camera is good for if you see any incident happening. There you go, my friends. That was a bit of test footage from the Z Edge T4 dashcam. I absolutely love this dashcam. The main reason, as I've mentioned before, I bought it for its big touchscreen. It works fantastic. Both cameras, you could keep an eye on the back and on the front. Excellent. Dash cameras are very important in this day and age, and some insurance companies, not all of them, but some of them, give you up to 15% discount. At the time of making this video, when I checked, up to 15% discount, and some of them, of course, they expect the dash cam to be a branded one, but this dash camera works fine. And of course, it's very important to have one. If you get involved in an accident, you've got a backup there. Excellent for that. Thank you very much for watching, my friends. I'll see you all in my next video.